Yo, everybody, this is Purge, bringing you guys a first-person replay commentary. This game I played Sniper. This is a game from this morning. I played some solo queue this morning and had a pretty good bout of games. Won a couple, lost one, I think. So, pretty fun morning.
Winter Wyvern.
The reason we're doing a Sniper game is because, number one, I haven't made a Sniper game in forever. And number two, Sniper is really popular in the meta right now, and he's really popular in pubs, and he's being first picked in the pro scene, actually. Before we get into talking about how people play Sniper right now, we can talk about why he's in the meta again. A couple things changed recently. First of all, they changed his second skill, his headshot, to a mini slow instead of a stun. And upon first looking at this, everybody would be like, "That's terrible. Why would you think that that's better? Like, that's not better. It's actually worse. It's a slow. It's not a stun. Stuns are better." But the reality is that the slow is actually pretty significant because it doesn't just slow movement speed, it also slows attack speed. So that means when you're trading hits with somebody and they're also trying to attack you, it really messes up their DPS, seemingly a lot more than stuns do, and more importantly, it messes up your actions. If you're about to cast a spell on somebody, or let's say you want to attack somebody one more time and they run away, you're about to attack, and then you right-click, and then you realize, oh, you're attacking everyone off, and then you go back to do it again. If you're stunned, that kind of stuff usually just flies out right away. So sometimes attack speed slow can be really significant in comparison to stuns. So it's kind of a nerf. He doesn't have a stun anymore, a mini stun except for his ultimate, but he does also have a slow, and the slow can be pretty significant. The headshot damage has been buffed a little bit. Headshots been buffed. Take aim's been buffed a little bit overbuffed in some ways. It got I think there was a bug at one point and it got overbuffed. But the most important change is shrapnel. And shrapnel was actually changed in the most recent iteration. Dota 2 wiki is where I'm gonna go now. So I can pull up Sniper. I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting any other changes. The main change was that his shrapnel now has charges, and that's it. It doesn't damage buildings anymore. It used to damage buildings, so it actually changed his playstyle slightly. He used to be sometimes used as a tower pusher because his first skill costed 120 mana, and you could use it to push towers. But it's not really like that anymore.
At your service.
Let's see, 6.83. Okay, that is pretty good. So when headshot got turned to a slow, by the way, it's a 0.5 second slow instead of a 0.25 second stun. So the disable was doubled here. The disable was doubled in duration. The only difference is that it's a slow instead. So in some ways, the headshot is far significant because it does a slow for so long, and that does go through BKB if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that. And in the latest patch, shrapnel no longer does damage to buildings. It has 3 charges with a 40-second replenish time. The slow and damage does not stack with itself, which means you can't put all 3 charges on the same spot. The mana cost reduced to 50, and the duration increased by 1 second. So the two things that made Sniper pretty much OP in some ways is that his slow is pretty significant now, and also you have 3 charges on shrapnel. And the reason this is so big is because if you're chasing somebody, you're auto-attacking him pretty fast with headshot, which will often proc. It's a 40% chance, good chance of procking. That'll proc, and you're also going to put a shrapnel down. And if you max out shrapnel, it's a 40% slow. So if you have shrapnel down for 40%, they have to run through the entire shrapnel, and you're still chasing them because you buy movement speed items, and then you put down another shrapnel, and you're still chasing them and headshot procking. And then you can put down a third shrapnel, and then if you want to, you can ulti the guy. You know, like it's a stupid amount of slow that he has right now, and against a lot of heroes, it's really good. Another reason it's really strong is because everybody's buying a Blink Dagger nowadays, for good reasons, because Blink Dagger is so good on so many heroes. If you get a Blink Dagger, there's a really good chance that you can just guaranteed stop the Blink Dagger. It's a super far range. The cast range is like 1200 or something like that. I don't remember. Excuse me. So shrapnel's a really long range. You can cast it in the darkness. You can basically predict where they're going to be. You put them a shrapnel AoE down, and they can't blink for like at least 4 seconds until they get out of that, unless they force staff. So for the purpose of initiation, Blink Daggers, especially shrapnel's amazing at shutting down Blink Daggers. So he's got really good slows. He's really good against some melee heroes. He's really good against heroes that have mobility problems. So as a whole, the hero is really strong right now. The other thing that's made him really, really strong is the popularity of Mask of Madness lately. We've been seeing a lot of Mask of Madness on heroes like Juggernaut mainly, but it's always been a sort of a good sniper item. A long time ago, maybe 2 or 3 years, when I used to make sniper videos, I would get mad because I'd be like, you shouldn't make Mask of Madness on sniper. And at that time, it was not the right choice in almost all cases. That's because the headshot duration was very, very low until like level 3. It used to stun like 0.01 seconds, so it was like a really terrible disable. It was actually terrible. All it did was interrupt TPs basically and do damage. Now, it actually disables a lot, and with the extra shrapnels as well, you can basically keep your opponents at a distance, at a big distance. Before, it was very difficult to do that, so anybody that could gap close to you, Sniper would just die. So a lot of times Mask of Menace felt bad, at least in my experience in pub games. Sniper was not a good pub hero when I played Dota 1. He was played a lot by bad players, but he wasn't really seen as a good pub hero, at least by the people I played with. I mean, I was just a terrible player at the time. So it's maybe not the best reference, but that's my experience with Sniper. So anyways, Mask of Menace is very, very core on Sniper right now. And yeah, you get a lot of shrapnel. Get 4 levels of shrapnel, you almost always max it out first. So this is a solo ranked game, so I was at 5,000, I think probably 5,050 MMR when I started this game. I grabbed shrapnel at level 1. The reason I'm looking at the Timber Saw a lot is because I want to help out the Witch Doctor here. It's really important that you help out your solo support, because we do have a jungler, I believe, or we had a dual offlane actually. And this is what I'm going to do. I mean, even if I only do a little damage to the Timber Saw, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help the Witch Doctor lane against him. Because any hero, any support solo, at least against the Timber Saw, you can't really kill him, it's kind of difficult. So if I just help out the Witch Doctor a little bit sometimes, then it really helps keep the Timber Saw out of EX range. And even sometimes, I'm going to come past the creep wave, and I'm just going to cast a shrapnel down. It's 50 mana, the respawn is 40 seconds, why not cast it? Like, look how much mana I have right now. I still have so much mana. It's really too bad I didn't get that last hit, because I could have gotten a Basilius here, but I also grabbed a headshot level, that way if I do end up harassing him, I have a higher chance to get the headshot off. But the headshot damage is really good. The first skill point is really about the slow, but the second point gives you 35 damage. So if it does proc, you're looking at 35 damage. And let's do some math really quick. I'm gonna open the calculator. We'll say it gives you 25 points per level at 40%. So if we say it gives you 25% or 25 damage at 40%, let's do that math with the calculator. We'll do 25 times 0.4, which gives us how much damage increase it is. It's technically 10 damage. That's the number that we get. So every single time that you put a skill point into headshot, you're effectively increasing your physical damage by 10. And again, if these guys are fighting, I want to be able to help out. I'll put a shrapnel down, put another shrapnel down so he has to walk really slow. If I can catch up, which I can, and I get a slow on him, got a little lucky there, I end up getting the kill. So look at that, like, just by having a dual lane, we can very, very easily zone a solo offlane hero. If that was something like Axe, obviously it would be a little bit more dangerous because he could do damage against us, and the other issue is that Timber Saw, frankly, just doesn't have a whole lot of escape unless he gets Timber Chain. And in the Radiant offlane, there aren't a whole lot of trees. I guess it's kind of similar in the Dire offlane as well. You have some tree issues, but really, really easy to outplay the Timber Saw here. Now, my last hitting has been absolutely terrible. My last hitting the first, like, 4 minutes was so bad. But we did get the kill, so it was kind of okay. And again, look at this. I'm just right-clicking the guy because I can. And I just did a huge amount of damage to him. That's going to cost him least health. Look, he tried to last hit just there, but he had the slow on him, and it messed up his last hit. That's why Headshot's so good right now. Because it doesn't just disable your opponent, it also screws up their last hitting ability, it screws up their harassing, it screws up their decision making. It's really good in a lot of different ways. So this is the item build I always go for in early Sniper, especially in the safe lane. It's important to do this. If you're going mid, you can go Bottle. Bottle is completely normal because you will be getting runes. You can push the wave with Shrapnel. You can grab DD runes and use them for fights. You can use Invis runes to go for fights. You can use Haste runes to go for fights. All that good stuff. I accidentally attacked there. I didn't mean to attack there. But if you're going safe lane, I really recommend the Ring of Protection. Transition to a Ring of Basilius so that you can get your mana pool up because you will be casting Shrapnel a lot. I casted a lot of Shrapnels earlier, and I'm already back up to 3 charges, which is fine. I put 2 levels in take aim here. I think this was maybe a mistake. You know, I think against the Timber it's okay. In this case, I'm worried about the Timber, because Timber's actually a very good diving hero. He's actually a little scary for Sniper. When I was picking Sniper, the hero I was most worried about by far was the Timber Saw, because if Timber Saw gets right on top of you, you're in some deep crap. Especially if he can do a full combo on me, I'm going to lose half my HP, and if he keeps me in place with his ultimate, I have a very short amount of time before I can kill him. So you have to be really careful when you play a hero like Sniper against Timber Saw. Now, most Snipers do play mid. I played the wrong role technically, or at least the role that nobody's been playing Sniper on. Everybody's been playing Sniper mid in the pro scene. I almost missed that last hit. I was really upset about that. Because it auto-attacked a different creep. But most people are playing. I really don't like my skill build here. I don't think this is great. I got 2 head. All right. You know what? I think it's okay. The scale. All right. Shrapnel is really mostly just going to be used to like slow down the timber saw. So I think it's okay that I did this. It's not that big of a deal. The second headshot level is kind of nice because again, it does increase your damage by about 10. And with my last hits here, I've been able to pick up phase boots now, and my last hitting has caught up. So I'm doing okay now. But I really like early phase boots on sniper. It gives you big last hitting power. So if you have any trouble last hitting with him like I do, then phase boots will give you 24 damage, which is really solid. I just felt like approaching him here because he came up and we didn't get anything out of that other than harass and 90 mana out of him. But that's worth it because all I took was like 4 creep hits here. Didn't really lose a whole lot. So yeah, if I would have gotten another level of shrapnel, it would have done more damage to the timber saw, but in reality, it's only doing like tops 4 ticks of damage to him. So getting a second skill point isn't really that amazing. Again, if the Witch Doctor is getting pressured, I want to come down to help, or at least want to make sure that the timber saw thinks that he's about to be in danger. And if we can do this, it guarantees that the timber saw is going to be level 1. I was really happy with how well I helped zone the timber saw this game. I feel like a lot of carries don't do a good job at that at all. The timber saw's actually got a lot of levels. He's got level 4, so we're not doing the best, but it is important that you pressure them at least. You try to make them scared at least, that they don't feel comfortable making moves on your supports. I help protect my Witch Doctor. I help the timber saw get less farm this way. It's all really beneficial for my team. And he's actually roaming, so the timber saw was mid-ish, so that's fine. I could just push now. Got my ultimate. Sniper's Assassinate is a really good move. It does 355 damage at level 1. That's a big nuke, and it's got a huge range. Don't be afraid to cast this. It's a 2-second cast animation, which means you can cancel TPs with this if you want. Something that we see a lot in Your Beast right now. Sniper's been seeing a lot of popularity in Your Beast as well. Really good for that. Again, we have don't know why he stepped back. Again, I wasted a shrapnel. That shrapnel was absolutely terrible, but it was okay. Zoning shrapnel, guys. It's only 50 mana and 1 skill point. Not that big of a deal if I wasted a little. Witch Doctor's done a good job giving me solo experience as well here. I wonder if you can actually see my mouse cursor. You can. All right, so you can't. Yeah, when I'm in the window, you actually can't see my mouse cursor, but you can see my Dota 2 mouse cursor because we're on a replay. That's interesting how that works. It's like the only way you guys can see my cursor. That was weird. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, I'm the top CS now, which is pretty cool. Been last hitting better. It's only about 7 minutes, so you usually want to hit at least 50 CS at 10 minutes, but you should be able to get more than that if you get free farm. Did get that CS. And I got 2 shrapnels here. Now, most people do max out shrapnel first just because the amount of slow that it provides is pretty useful, and it's also really good for pushing. You can put 1 down on a wave, and you should be able to push it out. Again, trying to put a shrapnel down. Just gonna put a shot on him here, and it does barely enough damage. It looks like it does 266 damage after reduction, which was apparently just enough to kill the timber saw, so that's my 2nd kill on him. Should have hit that 1 more time, but it's kind of hard to read that if it takes any damage. Wasn't able to get an attack range, but I barely slowed him with the shrapnel, and then I got an ultimate on him. So make sure you guys pressure the offlane heroes if you can. Their offlane player was actually one of their highest MMRs this game. I think the Troll Warlord was higher, but the Timber Saw was actually 2nd highest. I think he was higher MMR than me, but I might be wrong on that. So, got about 2,000 gold. I have to keep my HP full, if possible, because Timbersaw might be 6 here. He's actually 5, so I don't have to worry too much right now, but if I do get ganked, I'm still a very vulnerable hero. I have phase boots, so I have some extra escape possibility, but you have to be very careful about getting ganked. I'm even sitting a little bit closer than I have to, I think. I'm still last hitting everything fine, but I think I'm a little bit too close to the creep wave, because we don't have a lane ward or anything like that, so I don't feel super safe here, but I was just focusing really hard on ganking. trying to get in the zone and stuff. It's like the Witch Doctor went ganking. So I was about to buy my first items, at least from the base. Most people will probably grab a Mask of Manus first, I think in most cases. I opted to get a Yasha first. I don't necessarily think this was the right idea, but the nice thing about Yasha in comparison to a Mask of Manus first is that it gives you damage in addition to it giving you attack speed. I'm definitely sure that a Mask of Manus gives you way more DPS than a Yasha does. But Yasha gives you damage, I guess, which is kind of nice. I don't know, I just like getting Yasha first, that's pretty much my explanation. I don't necessarily think it's correct, but that's what I ended up getting. I brought a Yasha, and I'm planning out a Wraith Band as well. The Wraith Band is to make an Aquila, and since nobody's here, there's actually a fight going on mid, so I recognize that. I'm going to immediately turn my Basilius on, and I'm going to start pushing. And we have a little bit of a Timbersaw here. Gotta avoid the ultimate as long as you can. And he missed his chain. And I waited a little bit too long to do this. I should have been going aggressive a lot earlier. I must have barely gotten him there, because that was... I think that was super sloppy from me. I should have gone aggressive as soon as he Timber Chained right there. I should have started fighting here, but I was honestly very concerned that he would kill me. But with this many shrapnel levels, I don't think I should have been worried, because I could have kited him a little bit easier. There were a lot of trees in the area, but I don't know. I think I should have been less. I should have been more aggressive there. I underplayed that. I still got the kill barely, but man, that was so close. I must have been like on the edge there to get that kill or not get the kill. So again, pushing. I see a lot of heroes on the map, so there's a lower chance of me getting ganked. My camera positioning is not the best right now, but it's okay. I basically just want to sit back and I want to hit the towers as much as I can. So the build that most people do on Sniper right now is actually one that increases your farm by a lot. It's a Maelstrom build. He actually outplayed me there, and then he just didn't attack. It was really weird. This is really weird too. I don't want to chance that or anything like that, so I just ultied. And that's one of the good things about having a Yasha over Mask of Madness. I still get the damage output, but I don't have increased ability to get killed, so I thought this is good. And I'm going to TP home because I was really worried about getting ganked here. I've got level 11 now, so now my ulti does 505 damage, which is pretty darn high. And I grab my Mask of Death here. I kind of wanted to go bottom, but I couldn't because I didn't have a TP scroll. Or at least I just TP'd home. So I'm going to go sprint into the jungle, try to finish my Mask of Madness before I go to the top lane. I think this is maybe not needed, but it's thoughtful for my team because I know that I'm going to use the courier soon. I'd rather just kill the jungle creeps really fast rather than running all the way top. And I wanted to kill this wave. Normally I wouldn't shrapnel for creep waves when I'm this slow on charges, but I wanted to kill this before the respawn timer so that I could get it respawn. So again, most people are going Mask of Madness into a Maelstrom. I didn't do this build. I went Sanjay Yasha with a Mask of Madness, which is a bit better at keeping people away from me. The Maelstrom build is really good at farming because then you're going to proc lightning and onto neutral creeps and things like that. You'll push faster, you'll farm faster definitely than you will if you get a Sanjay Yasha. But the Sanjay Yasha is better at disabling and keeping my opponents away from me. And the movement speed is far better as well because then I have a Sanjay Yasha and I have a Mask of Madness and a phase boost, which probably puts me really close to the movement speed cap, if not there. So there's my Mask of Madness. I saw some stuff was going on here. I actually didn't realize I was this close, was why I got a little lucky with my hit there. I only hit the Windrunner once after you used Windrun, and I got a headshot proc. If I didn't headshot proc there, he would have lived because when you headshot proc, it ignores evasion. So against a Windrunner, it's pretty good. Against a hero like PA, it's not so good because PA counters Sniper in other ways, such as closing the gap. When PA jumps right on top of Sniper and hits him and slows him, Sniper has to fight. And a lot of the times, pretty much most of the time, or Phantom Assassin will win that 1v1. So, again, just going to continue pushing and killing the tower. I figured they weren't going to be there in time because we had just killed 3 heroes. So that was pretty good. Other really nice thing about Sanjay Yasha over Maelstrom, by the way, is that you actually get HP from it. you get what, 15 or something like that, 16 strength I believe, which is like 190 plus like 80, something like that. So it's like it's almost 300 HP. It's really good. It's about equivalent to a vitality booster. And on a squishy hero like Sniper, especially when all of his skills are so good, I think all of Sniper's skills are very good right now, and I don't personally think that it's worth getting stats on any of them. I think it's better to just play really far and safe back and pick Sniper against lineups that can't dive you very well. And Sniper is good against that. Against heroes that can't dive. And this game's a good example. If they don't get Blink Daggers and the Timber Saw doesn't jump on me, then I'm in a really good spot. And I'm also happy to just jungle farm sometimes, because Sniper actually farms really rapidly, especially with Headshot and a Mask of Menace. Mask of Menace is one of the fastest jungle farming items you can get. That's why we do see it get picked up sometimes on heroes like Luna, just because Luna can farm so rapidly with it. It's really good with Drow Ranger. It's another good example of a Mask of Menace hero. Although Drow Ranger is an OP, Drow's more like a situational pick, but anyways, I get 4 levels of take aim now. I was supposed to go probably at least like 2 levels headshot, 3 levels take aim, or max out take aim then, but I just got a couple weird skill points, and it's fine if you do this. Just I personally recommend doing skill points based on what you need in the moment. And in this game, I just kind of did whatever I felt like. So, and I think that was okay. Artekis was just owning this game. He did really well. 6-2 and 1. He like wrecked the offlane. He really did a good job of making sure that their carries and their supports weren't very farmed. Winter Wyvern had died 3 times, and Timber Saw had died 4 times, which is great. And I'll even just take Ancients once in a while if I really want to. So there's the Sanjin Yasha. Now I have about 1,000 HP, 1,200 HP, and you'll hear that sound once in a while. It's about a little bit less, or a little bit more often than 1 out of 7 hits. I'll Sanjin Yasha proc, which slows for 33%, I believe. 32%. I don't know what the duration is. 5 seconds? That is so good. Holy crap. 5 seconds, guys. That slows them for 5 seconds. That's really good, actually. So, with Mask of Madness and Sanjin Yasha, look at this. Without Phase Boots, I'm running at 394, which is really good. We had a little bit of pause here. I think I'm going to speed up. This was for our Omni Night. We waited for a while, and they resumed, and then I think we paused again. So I decided to go on these guys. Mask of Madness here. There's the slow. He did get me. A little bit of heal there from the Winter Wyvern. And look, I'm super fast. He was standing in my shrapnel, and then I Sanjin Yasha proc there, and then it's just an easy double kill. Like, those guys are a little underfed or underfarmed because they had been dying so much in their lane, especially the Winter Wyvern. There was barely level 6, and that hero actually doesn't have eye armor. We talked about it in our Winter Wyvern game the other day. You kind of have to get Tranquil Boots because your armor is really low, and especially against a hero like Sniper, when my range is this high. My range is 950, by the way. Winter Wyvern, if he doesn't use his first skill, has a range of like 475 or 425. It's really short. I have over double the range of him. He can't do anything to me, and especially when I'm running at like 450 movement speed when I'm using my phase boots. I can't believe I missed this. I attacked just a fraction of a second late. Look at that. With my phase boots on, I run at 448. That hero runs at like 330 or something like that. If I proc any of my slows on him, he just dies, because I can guarantee that I stay far away from him. And that's one of the things you build on Sniper that I've pretty much only built this game, is mobility and utility and slowing my opponents. That's pretty much it. Mobility items and attack speed items is pretty much everything, with a little bit of HP from the Sanjin Yasha. I probably should have TP'd to the top lane. Maybe I did, I can't remember. We had a couple mistakes in terms of dealing with split push this game. I kind of felt like pushing the bot tower, and then I wasn't sure if I should. I decided to TP aggressively because there's a really good chance that I could survive. That was a great stun there. I thought I could kill him, but that was a terrible mistake. What I should have done, since I did have vision of him the whole time, I should have just ultied right at the start. It's scary to think about that because the ultimate feels like such a big timer, but TP duration is 2.6 if I'm not mistaken, something like that. Yeah, about 2.6, 2.75, somewhere in there, and the ultimate says it takes 2 seconds. So if I just would have ultied right at the start, I would have guaranteed that kill, and I would have done a little bit better. So that was a pretty big mistake. I don't know why I'm all tapped here. Oh, I was typing. I was asking them to pause the game for the Omni Night. So I'm just going to speed this up because we were waiting for the Omni. I wanted to win this game really bad, so I asked the team to pause a few times. And now I'm going to build an MKB. And the reason I'm building an MKB should be pretty straightforward. Most snipers don't build MKBs, they'll build things like Mjolnir or Scotty is really popular. Again, it gives you a lot of good stats. Scotty is one of the most popular items on agility carries right now, and Sniper's not a hero that necessarily avoids it either. The reason it's so good is because it gives you 25 agility, which is 25 damage, and 25 attack speed. It also gives you like 4 armor or something like that. A little bit less than 4 armor, about 3.5. Gives you about 3.5 armor, it gives you about 750 HP, and most agility heroes don't have a lot of HP. So you can kind of buy it as a substitute to BKB, and most importantly, if your hero attacks at 1000 range, you can just Scotty slow from range, and that's amazing. So Scotty with Mask of Madness, it does stack on a ranged hero. It's okay to do that. That was a double damage on Lina. I maybe would have liked that to take Roshan. He just has a soul ring and a wand, by the way. Look at that damage, man. It is like really incredible. So basically the reason that sniper is overpowered right now, in my opinion, is because he has such good kiting abilities. His shrapnel combined with his headshot are just too good at chasing people. Like, too many heroes have this like weird, you have this weird thing where you're like, what do I do against sniper? Do I run away or do I just stand here and get shot? In most cases, sniper is able to kite in a way that makes it very, very difficult to deal with him. So I think sniper is too strong right now. He's actually one of my favorite carries of all time. I always used to like sniper, PA, and troll, most of which are strong right now. But it makes me a little sad to see that he's going to get nerfed, but he is a little bit too strong, and I really dislike playing against him. It's really aggravating most of the time. There, I probably should have dropped my Ring of Aquila and kept TPs. That was the biggest mistake I made this game, was being arrogant about TPs. I just wanted to have items, but I don't really need them. I'm so far ahead that having an Aquila isn't going to make a big difference. And it's not like you spend that much mana casting Shrapnel nowadays, because it's only 50 apiece, so at maximum you're spending 150 in a fight plus your ulti. So in the past, Shrapnel was 120 mana. If anything, they should probably increase the mana cost of Shrapnel maybe by like 25 or something. Would probably make things a little balanced. Oh, this is a big mistake. I got way too close to the Lina here. Shot that one a little early here. Oh, I did kill him, I'm sorry. I got the Winter Wyvern, my bad. I did kill him. Maybe should have gotten the troll as well. Thinking about going over here. When you're sieging a tower like this, especially as a range hero, sometimes I like to go up the hill to the left. I think it's important to do that. Another good thing about sniper, you can hit towers from so far away. And since we had dead Lina and that was our mid hero, I didn't really feel super safe. I think at this point we pinged that we had a Shadow Demon. The Shadow Demon had a gem, so I really wanted to kill him. I wanted to see if I could outplay him here. I needed to use my Mask of Madness. I waited way too long for that. Somebody canceled my TP as well, or my courier. Oh, I did actually get that kill. That's cool. I didn't even realize I got that kill. Got a shrapnel kill there. That actually wasn't too bad. We got 3 heroes from my Aegis, and yeah, I think that's actually worth it. My godlike streak went to Timbersaw, I believe, which is not the worst. But main issue was that I used my Mask of Madness late when I was attacking the troll. I should have used it right away as soon as the fight started, and I also should have put shrapnels down more to the left of where they were standing. If I put a shrapnel down while I was attacking him, he probably would have died. I was a little too... I definitely underused shrapnel. Maybe I didn't have charges or something. I'd have to rewatch that little spot, but I don't think it's worth rewatching. But I made some mistakes there. I didn't play this game very crisp at all, and playing crisp Dota is really important when you're playing carries. Because a lot of the times it's very, very small things that make the difference between you winning games or not. Winter Wyvern didn't play that fight very well at all. Actually, so there's my MKB. Got it finished. Thought maybe I could catch them here. I'm actually maxed out movement speed when I use both of those together. Now I have the bonus of being able to mini bash from range. This does magic damage actually. MKB is not the best sniper item, but I felt like I had to get it because of the Windrunner. Ooh, that's a hero. Well, there's two heroes. I figured he was still up here. I thought it would be safer to run to my allies than it would be to back off to the right. That was kind of dangerous though. I don't know if I enjoyed my plays there. It was okay to charge him, I think, but I could have shrapneled a lot better this game. My shrapnels pretty much just sucked the whole game. So now I'm going to queue up Scotty. Again, Scotty will help me keep my opponents at range. I've already got one damage item, so it's actually not that bad. Most snipers right now, they actually just build pretty much just Mask of Madness, mobility, and get a Scotty on top. And they get a Maelstrom as well. But they really don't build that many items. It's actually, they don't build that many damage items. In the past, people would pretty much only build damage items on Sniper. Or at least like a little mobility, but with damage. And it often wasn't the right way to do it. Now it's pretty much about mobility, but getting one MKB there I think is really useful. So this is the TP scroll mistake I made. I sold the TP scroll so I could get an ultimate orb, which by itself really doesn't increase snipers' abilities that much. It's like 10 attack speed, 10 damage. But they're in a position to split push in multiple locations, so this was a mistake to go bottom like this, especially with Troll top like that. And rather than backing, I thought, like, whatever, we're just going to take the tower. And this is completely wrong. You shouldn't be doing this. I thought we would try to hurry it or whatever. Just kill the tower really fast, but Troll ulti is obviously great at split pushing here. Seems like a lot of my team didn't have teleport scrolls as well. So we lost that tower for their tower, which should never happen. If you're in a gold advantage, you should absolutely not let them take equal towers to you. And now we're retreating because it looked like they were tempting the racks. And obviously I'm going to use Mask of Madness to get there just a little bit faster. And phase boots as well when I can. If I had a TP scroll here, we probably could have gotten a couple kills to prevent them from doing damage. And they actually did a lot of damage. Kind of wanted to chase as well, but really scary to go. Really scary to go up a hill like that when their whole team was there. So we lost a stupid amount of damage on our tower. That wasn't well played at all by us. It's really dangerous. I guess we didn't technically lose anything other than damage on the tower, but it could have led to a lot worse if I didn't have all these mobility items. Got there just in time, more or less. I didn't mean to steal that. Please don't judge me, guys. I have no idea where you got that. It's another case of me not having a TP scroll. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go bottom. Wasn't quite sure I wanted to use Mask of Madness here, because if you use Mask of Madness just to get somewhere, you won't have it when you actually need to do the damage. So you gotta be kind of careful and choicey about that. Roshan was not up yet. I just feel like Sniper, it's very easy to get ahead on him because it's not so much about making good decisions and snowballing, it's more about abusing his OP-ness, which is pretty much just sit at range. Like, it doesn't feel like it takes a lot to play Sniper and beat people. Like, I don't feel like it took a lot of skill to do what I did this game at all, is what I mean. Basically all I did was I helped zone the timber saw, and then I did a good job farming in the meantime in between fights. I didn't even play that well in team fights. I really just put shrapnels down and I auto attacked people, and I did a lot of damage. And that was cool and all, but it wasn't like high skilled, so I don't know. I think this hero is a little bit too easy right now. And he's too strong as well. I am being chased, obviously. Sending the courier out, sorry, to finish my Scotty. Saw this hero over here, we're like, oh, let's go fight. If we could catch anybody, at least, it would be good. Scotty. So I am stupidly farmed here. It's my my net worth is way ahead of them. I'm like 2 items ahead of them. You know what I really needed to do there was use my first skill. Yeah, I had like a very severe issue with not using my shrapnel until like I was trying to snipe him in, which was almost never enough. Like when there's that many heroes down, I just need to throw shrapnel and start attacking. And what happens is I just stand there and attack. That's totally not the right way to play it. You gotta stop their blink daggers, you gotta inhibit their movement, you gotta do a little bit of damage over time. This is actually something that's different about Dota 2 than Dota 1. In Dota 1, if you got an MKB, you wouldn't miss uphill hitting towers. But in Dota 2, you do, which is a bit weird. I didn't feel super safe going in on this because their Shadow Demon was respawning and our Lina was going to be nowhere near. So I told the team to back. Said I didn't want to fight this, I wanted to wait for the next Roshan. So I didn't feel very safe doing that. You guys see that smoke sound? I didn't hear it when I was playing. I don't know if you could hear it while I was playing. But I heard it this time. Whenever you retreat from an enemy base, it's usually pretty good to farm out their jungle though. It doesn't necessarily mean that your team's going to take good advantage, but if their team moves through the jungle to follow you, they won't find very many camps full, and it'll help get you a slight gold advantage. So when you're playing carry, it's very good to do that usually. I felt a little scared here because their team was missing. And then we ended up spotting them because we had a techie spawn in there. So luckily we were all in the area. And this is how I should start team fights. Look at that. Like obviously that was an extreme example of a fight, but if you start off with a shrapnel on that many people, they just die. Like 30% slow, and they have to get out of the AoE before it stops doing any damage. And we have vision advantage, gives you vision over the AoE. There's just so many good things about shrapnel right now. Maybe they need to like, I would say they definitely need to nerf the mana costs, but I don't know if that'll be enough because that's only going to affect them early game. I don't know. Maybe they need to like increase the charge respawn for this, but I think shrapnel definitely needs to get nerfed. Is probably the main thing and the least direct to overall breaking the hero. I mean, the hero's still good with the whole headshot thing, but they need to start nerfing shrapnel a bit to make the hero a bit worse. I think he's way too strong. I mean, obviously I have way more gold than they do in this game, but his range is just incredible, and with the adding like slows on top of that, he just becomes so useful against so many different kinds of heroes. I'm just sitting all the way back because I want to play safe. That's sniper, guys. Should have used Mask of Madness there, but I didn't. Again, just on crisp. If you see those opportunities, you should go for it. Use it here. See, like, what does he do there? Like, he can Timber Chain, but I'm still gonna catch him, right? He basically just had to suicide. It's like, it's kind of silly. When this hero gets ahead, it's like obscene how strong he is. And look at those slows even. Like, again, that's Scotty. Slowing by 35% plus whatever else he gets hit with. It's so strong.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks are under it. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks has
So if you guys want to know integrity to win pub games, I think Sniper's the hero to do it on, honestly. He's like really strong right now. siege towers. You can push rapidly once you get items. Just a really strong hero. Anyways, we can probably speed up till the end of the game. I have a feeling you guys know how this game's gonna end. I'm gonna kill pretty much everything except for the throne. And if I had more detection, if only my bullets could see invisible heroes, you know? That would be balanced. Super balanced. Skilled initiation by the techies.
Radiant's ancient is under attack.
And I had no items, so I just picked up the butterfly instead. So that's the game. So yeah, that sniper. I think he's really broken right now. Go pick him, I guess. Don't pick him against me, please. Do me a favor. Don't pick him against me. I hate playing against him. It's so frustrating. There's some good counters. You can pick things that dive really well. Slark is pretty good. Storm is pretty good. Spectre is pretty good. Things like that, I guess. I don't know. There's a couple good counters. You have to close the distance against him, and then chain stun him and disable him and just try to fight him. If you're in melee range, that's the best way to fight Sniper. If he's far away, you're screwed. So try to initiate against Sniper, gank him a lot, and keep him a little shut down, and he's gonna be in trouble. If you get too many kills, he just becomes obscene, kind of like this game. If there's ever a Sniper that goes 6-0 to start the game, you're gonna have a bad time. So that's Sniper. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Yeah. All right. See you guys. Bye.